I'm Nancy, and welcome to Love Guru, your guide to better relationships. Now, for this episode, I want to touch on self-improvement and personal growth. Now, pretty much a lot of us, including myself for years, I stopped growing. I was just working back and forth, in and out, just keep on working, paying the bills. That's all I cared about. And I've realized that we have to, keep on growing, keep on doing something to improve yourself, because, then you actually, build the work that's in you. So it's something that I, start doing, like reading books, just learning everything, new things that you think you want to learn. You may not want to learn. You might say, hey, I'm not really into that, but why not learn it? Because you might just find out you start learning it and you love it. So sometimes it's good to try something for, a bit, for a week or two. Just try something new and see if it's something that you do like or don't like. Okay? And I wanted to start with setting realistic goals. Okay? I have my little cue card right here. So setting realistic goals is going to be, the first one is going to be SMART goal framework. And when I say that, I mean, I need for you to carve out maybe I will say a whole schedule where, you gotta, again, I keep on repeating this, you gotta make sure it works for you. My framework may not work for you. So you have to make sure that, you're gonna have to carve out something that works for you and say, okay, once a week I do this, or twice a week, or in the afternoons, or only on weekends. You gotta find something where you kind of carve out that, time of the day or time of the week, and you start doing it. And I find when you start doing it for 30 or more days, it tends to stick a little bit more. It's kind of hard to start the framework and not, you'll keep to it. You'll start it today, and then you were supposed to do it another 2 or 3 days and totally forget it. So that has happened to me before, not even once, a lot of times. But it takes a while, and it takes a while for you to just stick to it once you keep on doing it after 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And I kind of think from 90 days, after that time, you will know, okay, you've got it. Or maybe there's something that didn't work for you, and then you got to change. But, don't worry about changing. You need to change 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It doesn't really matter. Once you find a framework that works for you, then voila, you're perfect. Okay? So, second, I'm going to talk about balancing short-term and long-term goals. I will give you a quick little story with, me setting short and long-term goals. I've always had, say I wanted to, own a home, and I used to rent, and I used to think about it, and I used to say, oh my God, that is going to be something that I want to get done. And, I created a vision board. So I created a couple of vision boards, and I created little post-its, little reminders that would help me to say, okay, I have this goal to be a homeowner. And I said, okay, that's going to be within that time. And I used to have it there for years and years until I start putting a time on it. And I said, okay, you know what? I had this goal for a lot of years, and I'm paying rent, and I'm paying somebody else's mortgage. So I'm like, I need to start putting a time on this. I need to get this done. So what I start doing is to start to put a time on my goals. And when I did that, I realized that I pretty much start hitting my goals. I may not hit all of the goals that I have on my paper or, my board, but I always knock off 1 or 2 or 3 for that year. So if I have 5 or 10 goals, I put a time to say, hey, I need to get this within this time. I need to get that within that time. I'm from Jamaica, so in getting my citizenship and stuff like that, I had a goal in it and say, hold on, by this day. And as soon as it hit the date, I made sure if I could do the application before, I did it before. If I need to do it on the day, I did it on that day. And, I did that with my son as well. As soon as I got mine, I said, okay, as soon as I get mine, I know I could get his. I put in an application instantly. When it was time for him to drive, I said to him, okay, he can get his permit at this age. Okay, this age, on that day, I made my appointment, and that was the day that he got it. And then when after like a year or two, he's like, okay, now you can get a permanent. And that day, his birthday, I set the appointment on that day, and I get it done. So I realized that when you put a time period of hitting these goals is when it works, because it goes in your subconscious thinking, and you start thinking, oh my God, I have this goal and I know I need to reach it by another 6 months or a year, or so your subconscious mind start thinking about it and start thinking of ways to get to that goal. So for your long-term goals, I will say have 2 different vision board. If you don't want to get 2, get 1. So you have your long-term goals to say, okay, I want to purchase a home, I want to do this, I want to buy a car, and you put that on your long-term goal. That may take you a little while, or may take you a few months. And then please don't forget those short-term goals, because those are going to be, I will say, the most important, because you need to build your short-term goals to complement your long-term goals. So in getting a home, you will say, okay, what do you need? You need a 3.5% down. My credit needs to be good. So with all this, you need to say, okay, I need now to fit a goal for 6 months to get my credit in check. Make sure that my credit score is good to purchase. And then I'm going to do my savings. How much do I need? I need $20,000. How am I going to get it? What am I going to do? How am I going to work? How much money am I getting from work? How much I need to pay the bills? What I need to cut back on? And then you say, okay, I need to save $10, $20. So when you know that you say that, okay, I need 6 months to save for my $10,000 that I need. And then those are your short-term goals that you have weekly, daily, and hourly. You say, okay, I do this, so you set up your short-term goals for the time that you want to meet it to complement your long-term goals. Then thirdly, I would say strategies for staying committed and motivated. That can really, really be hard. And I kind of learned that the hard way, okay? When I just came here and started thinking about getting credit cards and all that, and I was like, oh my God, I have my 3 credit cards, and I was just so happy and pumped. I was like, okay, good, I'm good. And then you go to the store and I would be like, oh my God, that red bag just looks so pretty. And I start looking at it and I'm like, Nancy, this is a credit card. Nancy, you don't have the money. Nancy, you can't buy it. And then another part of my brain starts saying, you need to treat yourself. You deserve this. And then I start saying, okay, I can put it on a credit card. And it was like, I tried to find ways to say, okay, I need that red bag to go with that red dress that I have, and it will look perfect. And I just need it, and it has to be perfect. And I would just be, the devil and God is on both, on either side, and your devil is telling you, do it, and God is telling you like, nah, and it's like you're playing that battle. But 90% of the time, what happened is I would just listen to the devil and go purchase and rack up my card. So I had couple, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 credit cards that I had maxed out, and I was just so livid. I was like, why did I do this? Because when it's time to pay back those cards, oh my God, no, that's the time that you don't want to pay it. You don't even want to see the bills. You don't want to look at the bills, but it's there, and it's like, so that haunted me for I'll say a few years until I start learning how to discipline myself, to commit myself to pay down. And I won. I made a commitment and start paying down the card paycheck by paycheck by paycheck, and I cut them all down. I think I have maybe 2 credit cards right now, but I cut down all of the credit cards that I had, and my credit cards are not maxed out, and I'm trying to go back and forth to make payments every month, minimum, using that card to pay this card. I stop that. So I commit myself to it. And then on a daily basis, I motivate myself. And if for that time that I go through, I would have this, thing on my vision board in my house that this is what I want. I need to save for it, I use something to motivate me. So what I use may not work for you. So you got to find something that is going to be good to motivate you. If you want that rock hard body, you're going to put on a rock hard person on your wall and say, okay, that's my motivation. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to become. You want your house, you want your car, you want your business, whatever it is, you got to put that up somewhere. When you get up in the morning, you're going to see it. When you go to bed at night, you're going to see it. And take it a step further. Get a little Post-it and put it on it. Write it on it. Do whatever. Put it in your bag. During the day, you take it out and look at it. So, I will say that there's so many different ways that you can take your time and motivate yourself each time. And I guarantee you, if you commit yourself to something, motivate yourself on a daily basis, it will work. It will work. Okay? Now, that's all I have for you for this episode. If you have any questions, any concerns, any other topic that you want me to touch, I'll be happy to do it. Thank you for watching. And again, I want you to know that you can follow me on social media for tips on relationships. And thank you so much. This is Love Guru, your guide to better relationships. Peace. I'm out.